Good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday night, which means we're live here with the Iron Thunder Racing League's inaugural season, where tonight we're going to be doing the Race to End Alzheimer's 200, 167 laps around Richmond International Raceway, and tonight I'm in good company. I've got my regular broadcast team behind me, so we should be able to be on top of the action all night here, as we're roughly sitting right around about 30 seconds before practice ends here. Take a quick look at the weather. 75 degrees, track temp 75. Looking at the board right now, fastest up, we get the 77 of Patrick Langley, followed by the 5 of Chris Gale, the 43 of Kelvin Masseur, Dave Matson holding down 4th, and Zach Kreiser in 5th. So we'll be advancing here into qualifying within the next 10 seconds here, and we'll get a little bit of, we're gonna get words with 35 of Sawyer, but things kind of drug on a little bit too long, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get that in or not during qualifying, so we can keep coverage going during qualifying here. And as the session state comes at the checkered, we're going to advance now into qualifying. Take a look there at the 28 of Ryan Daniels as he makes his way on track. We get a look there at the 30 of Dustin Majewski, rocking the Pittsburgh Steelers paint scheme. 98 of Jeff Biglin. See there the 12 of Paul Smith. A little bit of blinking there out of that 12 machine, but right now sitting on the pole, right there, the 43 machine of Kelvin Masseur with a 21.018. Behind him, the 28 of Ryan Daniels, Matt Cherry in the 48 third right now. Chris Gale 4th. Now we're going to see a little bit of an upset as the 39 of Zach Kreiser is going to take top seat. While these guys are out here cranking their qualifying laps in, we're going to go ahead and roll out the U.S. Army marching band here, so the national anthem knocked out of the way and get ready to get the grid started up here. So everybody please rise, remove your hats as we bring you tonight's national anthem. right, fantastic job as always by the U.S. Army Marching Band. Now we can get all our logos thrown up here, as it is the race to end Alzheimer's 200. And while these guys are still in qualifying here, you got to drive home some points here. On top of the board still is the 7 of Aaron Carpenteri from JCOM, Kevin Hash in the 03 second with the Ponderosa Outlaws, followed by the 20 of Ponoco, also with the Outlaws. And then as we look further back, there is a cutoff line right now. The 09 of Dave Matson is sitting on that. As we look at team standings here, right now leading it is Coyote Motorsports, 18 points back. Ponderosa Outlaws go another 24 back. And you've got JCOM, another 91 back to famous Dave's New Gen Racing in 5th. Outlaw Jaeger in 6th, and then Morris Brothers Racing in 7th. Then you look at our eligible free agents. They're sitting in 8th, and then ineligibles in 9th. But after last week, we saw a super dominating performance by the 93 of Eric Drapeau as he led almost, well, he had to start in the back due to an EOL penalty from Bristol, but it only took him 13 laps to get from there up. So as we see things have moved on, we are going to go ahead and roll out the grid here tonight. Starting on pole will be the 39 of Zach Kreiser to his outside the 43 of Kelvin Masseur. Rolling off third will be the 28 of Ryan Daniels. Matt Cherry in the 48 will start 4th. Rolling off 5th will be the 5 of Chris Gale. Ponoco in the 26th. Dave Matson in the 09 will start from the 7th position. Aiden Young in the 69, 8th. Patrick Langley in the 77 will roll off 9th. Running at the top 10 tonight will be the 98 of Jeff Figlin. Will Morris in the 18 will start from the 11th position. Raymond Rittenhauer in the 87, 12th. Artie Peterson Jr. in the 1 will roll off 13th. Aaron Carpenteri in the 7th will start from 14th. Paul Smith 15th. Dustin Majewski 16th. Sawyer Ott in the 35 17th. David Jedlicka 18th. Jason Roadbush 19th. Rounding out the top 20 will be Michael Dees. Now, interesting name, Bull of Sparkles, that is Nick Walker there in the 34. He'll be rolling off 21st. Brian Morris in the 54 22nd. Matthew Welsenbach 23rd. Brian Grubbs 24th. Jonathan Grissop 25th. Andy Kosalova 26th. And rounding out the field will be Dylan Hale in 27th. All right, now Cody, I know this is you're getting your cherry popped here tonight with ITRL, but this is probably going to be the best place to have it happen. We're at a short track, and after Sunday night with Die Hard, I know you don't know these guys, so I'm going to have you throw like a wild prediction as what do you think we're going to see here in the opening laps.
I was so hoping you was going to do that, Art, because this is my inaugural race with them. I have no idea. I've seen some names I recognize, Matt Cherry, some of those, Artie Peterson. We got some wild ones in here. I don't even know some of these people like Iron Eagle. These guys look like they're probably a fun group. I predict a lot of aggressive racing, and I don't want to say any more than that on these.
Now, the 87, that is Raymond Rittenhauer from Cyber Racing. So some leagues we do the custom names, like also the 34. When you see Bowl of Sparkles, that's Nick Walker. Up until that point, it was Thunderdome, but they finally came and took Thor's hammer, or the Thundercat's hammer, back away from him. So now he's a Bowl of Sparkles.
Word from the tower, he picked Chris Gale for the win. Who's your pick, Art?
I'm looking right now. I know there's a lot of fast guys in here, and thank God we have 2 pace laps here. I think my pick is going to be... I don't know, it's tough, but this being a short track, but I'm going to go with the 39 of Zach Kreiser.
Oh, Pole sitter. I'm gonna go with Matt Cherry since Matt Cherry's been popping right now with this league.
All right, so there's our 3 picks. We got Kreiser, Cherry, and Chris Gale. As the pace car is making its way through 3 and 4, the 39 of Kreiser is going to lead us to the line here and get things underway.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. Let's see if these guys can get off to a good, clean, and green start here.
Had a little checkup on my outside groove at the very start of the road, and then followed by a checkup on the bottom side.
There's a car on the wall there. 22 getting a little piece of the wall there. That would be Mike Dees there. You got a little bit of the wall there coming off of turn 2. So we see right now it's focused on the 69 of Aiden Young. That right there is now 11th position as we look at the 98 of Jeff Biglin. Trying to watch towards the back here to see if we have anybody that might be stuck 3 wide back here.
Right now we still got a lot of 2 wide racing going on with this little short track. Tight.
That's one thing Richmond is famous for. It is a multi-groove racing surface, but it all depends on what suits your fancy here. As you see, we know that Richmond's got that nice, long, it's almost like Iowa. It's a larger Iowa. It's got that curved front straightaway, then it's got the flat back stretch on it, if you want to even call it. It's more like a short chute. But the corners, they have so much bank to them, and on fresh tires, you can absolutely just murder those things. But on the longer run, we tend to see that it always happens that the cars start pushing up. So with these guys running limited fuel, that's going to be another issue that's going to make the cars naturally a little bit tighter. But as we spoke earlier, as we got the 24,
caution's out.
24 and the 1 there.
Really doing a great
So
job,
we're
man.
gonna go ahead.
We'll
We
keep
caught
working
that
on
one
this
live,
thing for
but
you.
we're going to go
How
ahead
you
and
doing
back it up
inside
and
there?
show
You
you
feeling
guys
okay?
the instant replay. So watch here the 29 of Welsenbach and the 24 of Jedlicka here as they come down into turn 1 and 2. See, Welsenbach's got the run there. He goes to the inside here and then just makes it looks like almost like net code, but contact with the 24. 24 goes back up the track, collects the 1 of Peterson there. But they were able to fire it back around, but that is going to bring out our first caution.
Peterson there with nowhere to go. Just unfortunate bystander just gets tagged.
So you take a look right there at the 24. That's a lot of damage.
The 1 is absolutely destroyed in the front end.
So we can see as we're looking here on pit road, we can see the 24 Jedlicka heading to a stall. More than likely, we might see a quick repair come out of that one as well as the 1 of Peterson Jr. So let's see what happens here. As of right now, Artie still has the damage, so we have not seen the quick repair done. Look at the 24 there as well. He's still got a lot of damage to that machine, so no quick repair as of yet. He's not going to use it yet, so they're both going to roll off. Take a look at the 29 Matthew Welsenbach. We can see he's got a bend there in the nose. He opted not to take it. Obviously, out of the 3 cars, though, Welsenbach's got the least amount of damage. As we look out front right now, Zach Kreiser towing the field around here at Richmond International Raceway. Now, the good thing here about short track racing is you've got a lot of time to be able to come down and get that car worked on. But at the same time, you got to watch the pace car. But the biggest factor is that since once again, we talked about it on Sunday with Die Hard when we were at New Hampshire. It's even more so here, being this a short track. Aero is not important at all. And there we can see the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr. He has got a clean car, so fast repair has been used. Lights on the pace car are out, so going through a quick recap here of the top 10. Zach Kreiser with the lead. Kelvin Macerdo is outside. Matt Cherry third. Chris Gale fourth. Aiden Young fifth. Patrick Langley sixth. Ryan Daniels seventh. Panoco eighth. Dave Matson ninth. And Aaron Carpentier is going to round up the top 10. So we're about a half a lap away from getting this race restarted here on lap 10. Now the stages tonight will be lap 50 and 100, and then they'll race the final 67 to finish this one. You see the jump here by Kreiser?
Green flag.
Green flag is out, so good start there by the 39. We watched the entire field make their way through 3 and 4 here. We see the 20 there of Pondo Co. You got the 7 of Carpentier behind him now. Possibly we might see 3 wide here going into turn 1. But 7 smart enough to back out of that and then drop to the bottom line. We got the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer that's going to try and follow suit behind that.
A lot of movement as we got 3 wide with the 09, 77, and 69. 69 full ahead now.
You see the 87 of Rittenhauer still trying to get to the inside of the 20. Behind that, we've got the 35 of Sawyer Ott and then the 12 of Paul Smith to his inside. They're going to be 2x2, at least 2 deep back here as we see it. That might have been a little bit of a wall scrape there out of the 20. As now it's going to be 2x2, 3, now 4 deep here. As finally the 87 is able to clear the 20.
A big slow up there by the 35.
You see that did allow Smith to get around Ott. Now we've got other people in the mix too, as well as the 98 of Biglin, as he's going to move to the inside of the 35.
35 washed up the track.
That's going to allow the 26 of Brian Grubbs to get by. Now Sawyer finally able to bring that race car down to the bottom groove. Meanwhile, out front, Kreiser is holding on to a 7/10 second lead over the 48 of Matt Cherry, who has moved his way up to second position. As we see Artie Peterson making his way back off pit road. Artie is being scored 5 laps down right now. We're going to take a look and see what's going on with the 1 car here. As you can see here, his front tire, his left front tire is locked up. His car is clean except for the back end, but for some reason that left front tire is dragging, and you can see the skid mark that is leaving behind. I don't know if that's an iRacing glitch or if something's happening there, but big implications here for the 1. As you can see, it's almost like he's got a stuck brake caliper. So you see him trying to rock the car left to right to see if he can get that caliper to unstick. It doesn't appear that the right side is doing it, just the left side. Meanwhile, as we go back to the most exciting here, it's going to focus right around 12th position. Now it's going to focus up towards 6th as we see the 69 of Aiden Young. As we might be having a battle for the lead coming up here soon, as we see the 43 of Kelvin Macer has gotten around the 48 of Matt Cherry. And now it's going to swap back again. As we see Kreiser right now has a 8/10 of a second lead. You can see back there to that all-white machine, that is the 48 of Cherry. Right now we see the 5th place car, the 43 of Kelvin Macer. Now a lot of these guys, remember, they're running limited fuel, so as long as they stay green here, they are going to have to make green flag pit stops. So we might see a lot of early strategy calls here being played, even though the first stage doesn't end until lap 50. Now another thing to note tonight is they're no longer going to be doing the wave rounds, so it'll be done as per iRacing. So if you want your lap back, you got to stay out ahead of the leaders to get it back. So you got to do it old school now. That way it stops pissing off the other drivers and it avoids the confusion. And I know we've had a couple instances where a driver was accidentally waved around too many times. It was put ahead of lap, so the league made the decision to go ahead and just put it back to iRacing default. So that's going to help things a lot. And it appears that the one of Artie Peterson Jr. was not able to get that issue on the left front fixed. He has brought that machine behind.
I think that's the 48, Art.
That's the 48 of Matt Cherry.
He got a little bit of a chrome horn there. And the 5 hit the wall. He's run up into the 5.
See, there was a little bit of contact there as Cherry might have got a little bit tight. There was contact with the 5. Now, what started that is a little bit of contact from the 09 of Dave Mattson into Matt, and then we saw the additional contact there with the 5 of Chris Gale. You see Gale looking at the inside. He had to back it off just a little bit there.
Gets the run in, and he just can't hold that bottom line, get the power down, and get off the corner.
Right now he is holding on to the 5th position. As out front, it's a half-second lead, now stretched out to a 6/10 second lead over second place. As once again we see now Gale trying to get door to door here at Cherry as they get on the backstretch, see if Gale can get the run through 3 and 4 and clear him. We also see the 69 of Aiden Young trying to line up and see if he can make something happen here.
This is door to door racing right here.
You see the 48 high in the corner there. That's going to allow the 5 of Gale to easily clear him, but that's also now going to open the door for the 69 of Young here. As now Young's going to dive it down. As we see the 69 of Aiden Young is able to clear, that's going to drop Matt back to 6th. As we take a look, the next car to try and get around the 48 here will be the 43. So you see Patrick Langley diving to the inside of Kelvin as they go through turn 3 here. Right now, Langley has the spot, but the drive off the corner is going to go to the 43.
He's going to try to outbrake him here.
And not going to be able to do it. Oh, we got a couple cars contact back there. So it started with the 28.
I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me?
Started with the 28
Did not
and
hear him call that
here.
caution. You need to check your radio connections. Check the one on your headset, on your headboard actually, on your left-hand side, on your headrest. 1, 2, 3, loud and clear.
All right, so here we are. We're going to take a look. Watch the 28 here and the 26. So that's Brian Grubbs and Ryan Daniels. Also keep your eyes on the 12 of Paul Smith. They come down here into 1 and 2. Everything's all right so far, but exit off. You see there the 28 gets a little bit tight. The 12 makes contact with the 26, and then the 26 ends up doing a little bit of a wall dance there. So we're going to back it up just a little bit there, and we're going to watch we're gonna ride on board here. We see there's the tight condition, and there's the 12 right there ghosting through, and then up and over we go. 1, 2, 3, and he gets clipped while he's upside down. Motor detonated there, that's the 2 car. So another retiree now, the 26 of Brian Grubbs. He is added to the list, as well as the 17 of Dylan Hale and the 1 of Artie Pearson Jr. We are working our second caution here at Richmond with the Iron Thunder Racing League's Race to End Alzheimer's 200.
Dave Matson with the win off pit road, score him first position in the 09 machine.
Now you got to remember, with these guys having stage racing, everybody right now inside the top 10 is going to be racing to maximize points here, as this is the final race before we head into the playoffs here. So there's a lot on the line for some of these drivers, including the 18 of Will Morris. He's even with the win, he's still sitting outside the bubble right now. So what he needs is a lot of these drivers that are inside and already in to have some bad luck, or the ones that are really close to hovering just above or just below the bubble to have a really bad night, so he can capitalize on everything.
We got word from the tower. We got a big mover so far for the night. The 7 car. He started 14th and up to 3rd.
As we're watching here, the run up pit road, green flag is back out.
The 09 with a massive jump.
As we see the 7 there of Carpentary to the inside of Kreiser here as they run off into turn 3 here.
Kreiser with a hard move. Or, I'm sorry, the 69 with a hard move down to the bottom, trying to get around the 48.
A little bit of contact there between Carpentary and Kreiser there. No harm, no foul though, as everybody seems to be able to make it off of there. Once again, we see the 69 of Young. He's going to try and dive to the inside of Cherry as they head to 3 and 4. As Carpentary is able to take the spot away and look for the crossover now, as Kreiser's going to drop back down in that lower groove here.
The 43 was just nowhere to go. He's wanting to go. He's looking kind of in the middle. I don't know if he's wanting to make it 3 wide or not.
So we're watching the 69 still trying to clear the 48 of Cherry. Meanwhile, the 5 of Gale has made it around the 43 of Masur.
69's going to clear there.
As now the next person to come up, as we see Langley battling to the inside of the 43. We see Gale and Langley both down there on the bottom, as well as the 18 of Morris. Gale trying to take that spot away. That'll be for 5th position if he can get up there, but not going to be able to do it as of yet, as he's going to fall in line behind the 48. Meanwhile, Langley still staying down on the bottom group to the inside of the 43, trying to get that spot away. That'll be the battle for 7th position.
The 5 now door to door with the 48 machine.
As right now out front, Matson holding a 1-second lead over the 7 of Aaron Carpentary. We're going to stay focused right here on the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I thought Masur was going to go 3 wide there. He had a late break. Watch for him. He's looking hard.
Oh, contact between the 5 and the 48. And the 5's going to go hard to the wall. Collects the 77 and the 18, as well as the 93 of Kosalova. The big wreck there on the front stretch. Let's see what happened there. We're going to watch the 5. let's watch this from a little bit higher point of view here. We're up on almost the spotter box. Keep your eyes on the 5 machine. Contact net code between the 48 and the 5, which sends the 5 hard into the wall. Absolutely side slams the 77, and then we see the 93 of Kosalova. He gets also collected in that as well. So you can see the motor detonating on that 5 machine. So we are roughly right now about 5 laps away from ending stage 1, and upset here, the 7 of Carpenteri got around the 39 of Kreiser here as the caution came out, so hand the lead over to the 7. All right, so let's see. Everybody's gonna stay out. Obviously, it's gonna be probably about a maybe about a two-lap battle here to see who's going to bring home the stage 1 victors. You see the 24 of David Jedlicka making his way off pit road once again. Go ahead and take a look through the field here. Let's see if we can see some cars that might be a little bit damaged after that incident. If you take a look at the 48, you can see the left front damage there. 87 looking like he's got a little bit there on the left front. His nose is pushed in. You can see that Goodyear Eagle tire. The 20 of Panoco nice and clean. The 30 of Majewski clean. 93 of Kosalova, you can see the damage there to the nose of that. That was with the contact with the 5 bouncing back off the wall. We see the 2 there of Rodebush. He is looking pretty good. The 54 of Brian Morris got a nice clean car. The 09 of Madsen, clean. You can see there the 18 of Will Morris, though, with some heavy damage to the nose of that machine. He was part of that. We see there Nick Walker in the 34. Look back at Welzenbach, he's clean. See Jedlicka is heavily damaged, but as the lights on the pace car are out, quick run through the top 10 as we get ready to restart it. Aaron Carpenteri with the lead, Zach Kreiser 2nd, Aiden Young 3rd.
Green, green, green.
Kelvin Masor 3rd, Matt Cherry 5th, Raymond Renauer 6th, Panoco 7th, Dustin Majewski 8th, Rodebush 9th, and Matson's going to round out the top 10 as we're back racing here.
Carpenteri with a massive jump this time around.
We see most exciting, it's going to be looking right around the 87, the 20, and the 30 here. Oh, contact between the 30 and the 20, and the 2 as well, so we're back under caution here. All right, so we're gonna back this up here, and we're gonna go, let's see, where do we want to take this? We're gonna take this from Far Chase. So we're gonna watch and see what happens here. So this is up in turn 2, going down the backstretch into turn 3. Now watch for the contact here. Oh wow, the 30 just drove the 20 there, and then the 2 of Rodebush gets contact. The 18 of Will Morris gets some contact. And that's what's going to put us back at caution here. So this will end the stage as we are on lap 50. You see the pace car just now, for some reason, making its way out.
Iron Eagle decided to stay out.
Smart move there by Rittenhauer. So we see also the 54 of Brian Morris. He's staying out as well, so that'll put him up in 2nd Also the 34 of Nick Walker, or better known in here, as you guys can see, a bowl of sprinkles. Not as fun to say as Thunderdome, but he's gonna bowl of sparkles, aka Nick Walker. He's gonna hold down the 3rd position, and the 69 of Aiden Young being scored in 4th right now. So you see Rittenauer down on pit road. The lucky dog went to the 28 of Ryan Daniels, so that will put him back on the lead lap, as we see the 77 of Langley down on pit road to get some of that damage repaired. We see the 20 of Pano Coke coming off, as well as the 24 of Jedlika still opting not to use that quick repair. They're still hammering away on that 24 machine, trying to get it back into condition, but once again, Aero's not going to play a factor here, as we are short track racing. Alright, and it looks like we have a little bit of, we gotta take a look here at the 34. We gotta back this up, we gotta see something here. Oh, we see, oh god, contact between Walker and Langley there. It looks like he might have hit the inside wall going to pit road there. Oh, and wow, he got clipped. The 69 Aiden Young got a piece of that as well too. And then we see he bounced into the inside wall there. He's gonna try and back it up, get it refired. He's gonna smack the wall again. That's looking almost like a Ford Fiesta instead of a Mustang now.
Art, I have one word.
Insanity?
Wow.
I'm gonna use Mike's.
Just wow. Just wow right now. Just wow. Wow.
I like using Mike's trademark term, insanity, because it seems to work pretty well. Alright, so lights on the pace car are out. And it does appear that the 69 of Aiden Young is going to choose the outside line here, as he'll have the 39 of Zach Kreiser to his inside. For 2nd, Aaron Carpenteri 3rd, Kelvin Masur 4th, Matt Cherry 5th, Dave Matson 6th, Will Morris 7th, Square 8th, Chris Gale 9th. Rounding out the top 10 will be Michael Dees as the pace car gets ready to make its way down pit road. We're going to get this thing ready to restart once again.
See if we can get a good long green flag here.
Green flag.
See the jump there by the 69, green flag is out. We are in stage 2 here. Right now we're looking right around 7th position. That's the 35 of Sawyer. He's got the 18 of Will Morris to his inside, as we see the 48 of Matt Cherry trying to make the move on the 09 of Matson. As he's not able to clear quite, they're still going to run down, as we see now Gale in the 5. He's going to try and make the move on the 35, and he's going to easily clear it through. Now we see the 2 of Jason Rodebush, as he's going to be next in line, as now Chris Gale making his way around the 18 as they go here into turn 1.
The 2 has been in a couple incidents that with heavy contact has heavy damage on the front of that machine.
As he's going to look to the inside of the 22. Looks like we do have another retiree to the race. The 54, Brian Morris, has brought that machine behind the wall. So out of the 27 that started, we have 23 remaining, as right now we are watching the battle here for 13th, as now Majewski gets around Dees, as well as the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach. So that battle is going to quickly dissolve, as we see a little bit of blinking there. Meanwhile,
Short work of it, he is challenging for 3rd already.
the look up front, we see Matson putting the pressure. He's got the spot right now as they go through 1 and 2 as he's made it around Carpentary. That will move Matson up to third, as right now Aiden Young with a 1.1 second lead over the 39 of Zach Kreiser. We go back to the most exciting, it's still going to hover right around 9th position. You can see the 48 of Matt Cherry, the 18 of Will Morris, the 35 of Sawyer Ott, 2 of Jason Roadbush, and the 20 of Pondo Coe here. That is 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Because right now Coe is going to come under fire by the 30 of Majewski. As they, no, he's not going to get the drive off as they're door to door, but look at you still see there's some damage there to the 20. He's going to have the preferred line running into 1 and 2, and now he will be able to clear the 20.
The 2 moved up. That's going to allow the door to open for the 30.
We watch, we see Rodebush still running a little bit higher of a line as now the 29 of Welsenbach has also made it around the 20 of Coe. Now we're going to see the 30 dive to the inside here in 3 and 4. He's going to try and make it around the 2 of Rodebush. Meanwhile, while this is taking place, we have a new second place car. The 09 of Dave Matson has made his way around the 39 of Kreiser. Behind that, though, it's a 1.3 second, 1.4 second now deficit back from your race leader, the 69 of Aiden Young, to the 09. So we are watching here now a little bit of a battle between the 43 of Masseur and the 7 of Carpentary. Behind that, we see the 5 of Chris Gale.
Chris Gale, good to see him back up there for a hard hit to the pit wall. That was a nasty, violent hit.
Well, it was not just the hit to the pit wall, it was also when he bounced back off of the wall and reverse T-bone the 77 of Langley. So he got hit about 4 times in that exchange. As we see Carpentary having to check up. A little bit of contact there with the 34 of Walker, as it looked almost like we were going to see.
Caution's out. Can you look at those temps real quick, bud?
That would be the 98 of Jeff Figlin and the 12 of Paul Smith. Let's back it up and see what happened here. So let's check and see what happened here. We see the 12 down low, comes off the turn 2. We see the 29 of Welsenbach before all this happens. Welsenbach got loose off of turn 2. Oh, we see the 12 just lock it up, make contact with the 93 and the 98. So the 12, luckily though, was able to get down there below, down on the pit lane there. So that's not going to affect things. But interesting noting there that the 29 of Welsenbach was already, he had kind of lost it there, and was down there on the bottom, and it just looked like the 12 got in there too hot, locked the brakes up, made contact with the 93 and the 98. We watch everybody make their way down onto pit road here. Let's see who's going to win the race off of pit road. All right, so here we see. Looks like winning the race off of pit road will be the 7 of Carpentary, I do believe. He will get the race off pit road, followed by Aiden Young, Dave Matson, Zach Kreiser, Chris Gale, Kevin Masseur, Patrick Langley, Will Morris, Matt Cherry, and Dustin Majewski, as we see the last of the takers here making their way off of pit road now. As we look up here to the lead, we see the 12 of Paul Smith staying out, possibly to take the wave by here. So another big mover is right here, that 7 of Carpentry. He started 14th and he's up to 1st. And it's almost a little bit of a reminiscent of last week where we were at Mid-Ohio and the 93 of Eric Trappeau, who everybody had picked as a winner there. He started from the very tail of the field and within 13 laps made his way up to the front and then led every single lap up to the end, and had, I believe, about, well, he had everybody lapped up to 7th place, and during the last lap battle, we were watching as the 35 of Sawyer out was trying to hang on to stay on the lead lap, and he was able to do so, but Trappeau put on one hell of a clinic at Mid-Ohio. He's not in the field tonight here, but he did do one hell of a job last week as he took everybody to school there as we went 34 laps at Mid-Ohio. As the lights on the pace car go out, the 12 is going to get the wave by, so as we see it, Carpentry will take the bottom, so Carpentry with the lead, Aiden Young there in 2nd, Dave Matson 3rd, Zach Kreiser 4th, Kevin Masur 5th, Chris Gale 6th, Will Morris 7th, Matt Cherry 8th, Dustin Majewski 9th, and Raymond Rittenhauer is going to round out the top 10.
Watch the jump by the 7 at the start. Everybody's been doing it. He jumps out there probably, I bet, 4 car lengths.
Well, at a track like Richmond or anything, we saw it at New Hampshire as well. The jump is critical here because it kind of gets the field sorted out. The green flag is back out. Looks like the 69 of Aiden Young was caught sleeping there on that restart. We see a little bit of contact there between the 30 and the 87. Right now we see the 35 looking to the inside of the 87, as well as the 18 of Will Morris looking to the inside of the 39 of Kreiser as they come down into turn 3 here. Still not able to clear it just yet, but as they head through turn 1 and 2 here, let's see if Will can get the drive off the corner here. He's got the 48 of Cherry behind him. Now Cherry's going to move back up and then back down into the line here. Now we're going to see, yep. And he will get that spot as they head off down into turn 1.
Now the 18's going to battle back. Does he have enough to keep that position alive? He does.
That damage is going to play a little bit of effect here as he's stuck to the high line there. That's going to allow the 48 and the 30 to both clear the 18. And now the next one will be the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. So you see also the 35 of Sawyer out and the 22 of Michael Dees. Take a look here. We're looking at the 92 of Jonathan Grissom. He's got some heavy right front damage. Word through what we were seeing here is he just got into turn 1 and 2 way too hot and smoked the walls. We see the 12 there of Paul Smith trying to make the pass. Smith gets a piece of the wall there off of turn 2. We look up here, we see the 28 of Daniels here. Almost got turned as we see the 34 of Walker able to get by. As now he's going to drive past. We see the 24 there of Jedlicka right now in that Pepsi machine. He's going to go all the way up to the top of the wall. We're going to have the 20 of Coe and the 2 of Rodebush both to the inside here going into turn 1. As well as the 93 of Andy Kosalova and the 98 of Jeff Biglin.
All right, after this race, I think I'd have came from a derby bash. These cars are beat to pieces.
This is what you call short track racing right here. So we're going to look right around the tail end of the top 10 here. We got a pretty good battle going on here between the 43, the 30, the 35, and the 18. We can see the 30 of Majewski still trying to march further forward in the field. As we see now the 35 of Sawyer. He's going to look to the inside here as they come down into turn 3.
The 09 was on a mission. He is now in the lead.
As the 35 is able to clear the 30, the 18 is going to come along with him. These guys right now on a good green flag run here. Now they've got 14 laps until if we stay green, we'll see the mandatory caution come out for the end of stage 2.
The 7 machine having some issues. Looks like he's falling back. He's lost 2 positions that last lap.
And we see the 35 reeling him in right now as well. Now we got the 30 of Majewski to the inside of Morris. Behind that, the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer as well. Let's see if both of them can get around. At the line, Majewski's got the position, but can he clear going into turn 1? He will do so, and he's going to bring the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer and possibly the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach with him. As Welzenbach will clear the 18 going into 3. Now we see the 22 of Michael Dees looking to the inside of the 18 of Morris. It seems like Morris is just drifting to the high side, letting these guys by right now. Earlier we saw him charging through the field. As we look up right now to the 3rd spot, we can see Chris Gale is starting to reel in 1st and 2nd here as he's closing up on the rear bumper of the 69 of Aiden Young. And then you can see the gap back there between Kreiser and Sherry. The 77 there of Langley not on the lead lap. Right now being scored first car lap down. So in the event that we do get a caution.
Patrick there almost caused a big wreck. He just nowhere to go.
You can see right now he's right around the tail end of the top 10. That's 11th going by him right there, the 29 of Welzenbach. Now that damage there came from the 34 of Walker when he nailed the pit, or not the pit wall, but the inside wall coming to pit road. If you look back, we see that Gale's getting closer and closer here to the rear bumper of the 69 machine here. We're down to 7, it'll be 6 laps to go here at the line to end stage 2. Matson out front right now with a 6 second. Yep, Gale's gonna drive it in here in 1 and 2. Is he gonna get the drive off the corner? Looks like he is gonna be able to do so. So hand 2nd spot over to the 5 of Chris Gale. Now the question
Caution.
is, whoa, we got a
Caution.
caution now.
What do you got for temps there?
This is going to change things. Apparently that's going to end the stage here. I thought the stages tonight were going to be 5,100. Apparently that will be the end of stage 2, so now we're going to go into the final stage. We're going to look back here and see what happened. We can see right there, we're going to back up a little bit more. We're watching the 77 here, but you're going to see the 34 of Nick Walker come into play here. You can see Walker there on the outside in that Coors Mustang, and then we see Langley in the 77 here. Let's see what... Looks like Langley just drove it right up in there and just turned the 34. That might be a little bit of payback for what happened there on in turn 3 when Walker nailed the wall. So let's see what the play call is here by the leaders. See Madsen coming down pit road. We also got the 18 of Will Morris. See the race there off of pit road. We look at our current race leader, the 09 of Madsen. Behind him, the 69 of Aiden Young. Chris Gale is able to hold on to third place after run off the pit road. The lights in the pace car are out. Madsen's going to take the inside line, so run through the top 10. Madsen, Young, Gale, Kreiser, Cherry, Carpenteri, Masur, Ott, Welsenbach, and Rittenauer. Alright, so let's see what Madsen does here on the restart. See if the 69 gets caught sleeping again. This time he does not. See the 35 on the back bumper there of the 7. Meanwhile, the 29 of Welsenbach to the inside of the 35 here.
Caution's out.
Hey, we got another caution.
Do you think we should pit or stay out here?
You see the 98 of Jeff Bigelow and the 28 of Ryan Daniels. So let's back it up here and see what happened. This is from the restart. Appears it's going to be a connection issue from the 22. As we see, he just drives through there, and then that sends the 28 around. And the 98 out of shape contact. Also, I believe that was the 2 of Rotobush again. That'll end stage 2. So now we're in our 3rd and final stage. All right, Cody, with this being your first race here with ITRL, getting your cherry popped here, what's your verdict so far?
Well, Art, it's different than ours. I can say that. There's a lot of beat up cars out there. A lot of aggressive driving. I don't know these guys that well. I don't know if this is a standard or it's just a lot of aggressive driving, and they've been the last race before I think the points are set for the championship. People aren't giving each other room. A lot of aggressive driving. I'd almost call some intentional driving. But yeah, fun to call.
Well, this is the last race before we do head off into the playoffs. This is a little bit more aggressive racing than we normally see here, but this is typical short track racing. You see a lot of people that may have been involved in an earlier incident that may have decided they wanted to vent a little frustration into somebody else's quarter panel, but hopefully these guys can keep it clean and green to finish this one out, but I don't think we're done with cautions yet. As the lights on the pace car are out, Matson's going to take the outside. That'll put Gale to the inside. As well as looking back, Matt Cherry in 3rd, Aiden Young 4th, Kelvin Masur 5th, Zach Kreiser 6th, Aaron Carpenteri 7th, Sawyer Odd 8th, Raymond Rittenhauer 9th. Rounding out the top 10 will be the 93 of Andy Kosalova.
How about mine and the towers up there in the top 5? Oh, all 3 of them up in the top 5.
Green
Matson
flag.
gets a good jump here on the start.
69's going to clear the 48 here, it looks like. The 3rd, and the 39 going to get around the 48.
Meanwhile, they got a wreck on the backstretch, the 12 and the 34.
Art, how many is that? The 12's been in. How many cars does he have?
Yes.
Make sure you're getting yourself something to drink there, buddy.
As we see, the 12 had nowhere to go on that one. He is dog tracking like crazy here. We're going to back it up and take a look and see what happened here. But it seems like there's a few numbers that just really have stuck out. Like the 12, the 24, the 2, they just cannot seem to catch a break here tonight.
I can tell you this, those are some strong cars. If they've been mine have been going up a long time ago. I know they have a faster pair, but them things are still going.
So you see right there what happened. 34 pegged the wall, 12 had absolutely nowhere to go.
have any words for this.
What's that?
Mayhem. It's past insanity. It's mayhem.
Now that's the, are you talking about the insurance commercials mayhem?
Exactly.
Kind of had a feeling that's where you're going with it.
Insurance rates are going to the roof tonight.
Well, I can tell you one thing that's going to definitely also be through the roof is the amount of sheet metal going up for sale on eBay from these cars.
Not too many clean cars out there.
As we take a look here, we're going to look at a quick summary here. Out of the 109 laps that cross the stripe right now, Dave Madsen out there with the lead. We've had 9 lead changes, 8 cautions for 34 laps so far. Our top 5 consisting of Dave Madsen, Chris Gale, Aiden Young, Matt Cherry, and Zach Kreiser. Be interesting. I think we already see what Madsen's going to do here on the restart. I think he's going to take the outside line again. Might be a dangerous thing to do this time with Gale to the inside. We'll see when the lights on the pace car go out if Madsen is committed there to the outside line. If he can get the jump, he'll be good, but he has to time it just right because we all know that 5 is good on restarts. Lights on the pace car out. Madsen is going to take the outside line, so that's going to leave it open on the inside here for the 5 of Gale, who's going to restart second, followed by Matt Cherry, Aiden Young, Kelvin Masseur, Zach Kreiser, Sawyer Ott, Aaron Carpenteri, Michael Dees, and Raymond Rittenauer rounding out the top 10 here.
Our picks are still in the top 5, Art.
There's still hope left, but there's still a lot of racing left. Pace car is down. Let's see if Madsen, there's the jump.
Green.
Oh, contact already.
Didn't even get started.
Caution, caution.
There's the caution now.
Would you like a protein shake or a bar or anything like that?
That's going to be the 43 of Kelvin Masseur involved in that one. As we back it up here, looks like it's going to be contact between the 43 and the 35. Now here's the restart. Watch your eye. Oh, contact with Kreiser and Ott. Wow. So we're going to back it up again here, and we're going to ride on board and listen. I'm not going to say a word. Just listen as we ride on board here for the restart. You guys out there tell me what happened here. That right there was going from second to first. Script to third, not first.
That takes a whole new meaning to you can't find them grinding.
No, that's the drag racing specialty where you do the magic shift. He's lucky he didn't blow the motor on that though, going down there, because we saw the RPMs fully tacked out hitting the chip there. So very, very lucky that he did not blow the motor of doing that.
When you said it was the magic shift, Art, I couldn't help, and I was chuckling over here, so I couldn't mock up. I was thinking Billy Mays and his magic putty. And we need some
Mighty putty, not magic. And some mighty mend it. because I think they're running out of bear bonds. So Anthony Sullivan down there on pit lane handing out free samples of Mighty Mend It. And we also have Phil Swift down there handing out some flex tape. And the good news is with flex tape having as many colors as it does, it'll fit a lot of these cars and you won't even know it's on there. And it's waterproof too. Yeah, not that there's any place where these guys could run into water, but in the event that they did, it's not gonna fall off, unlike Bear Bond, which would. And you guys can't see it, but right now Phil Swift is cutting one of the cars apart into like 50,000 pieces, and he's gonna use nothing but flex tape, flex seal, and that new shit that they rolled out that's kind of like Gorilla adhesive glue. He's gonna put a race car back together with that and try and get it out on track here and finish the race. Rumors I think I see him put a snorkel on it too, so he might try to float it down the river here.
Alright, can we get a ride along with Brett Bodine up there?
Unfortunately, iRacing does not have that control to where you can ride along with the pace car.
Wow. I was wanting to see what was in his cooler.
My guess would be something really hard. Rumor through the mill is 35's got a problem.
He did say something had broke under...
You can see it right there. Look, he's dragging the left front wheel again. So this is that annoying iRacing glitch. It's right there. You can see that left front completely locked up. We saw it earlier with the one of Artie Peterson Jr. So this might end the night for the 35 team. That apparently is an unfixable glitch. Let's take a look at the left front. You can see that tire not moving at all. It's completely locked up. As we're about ready, there's the jump for the restart here. So we're back underway. 50 laps to go. 49 now at the line. Happy to report that this time everybody did manage to make it into the correct gears in the correct order.
Everybody made it across the stripe.
Don't jinx it. They still got to make it the rest of the way around the track. So we are 3 wide back here. We see 3 wide there. Oh, contact between the... Is that the 20 into the 2, or is that the 43? It's just a gaggle of cars back there. It's so hard to be able to put the names on these. As we see the 12 right now stuck 3 wide.
Caution.
And we're back under caution again.
Okay, quickly tell me what you think you had there.
I knew that was coming.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm playing a game of Wreckfest right now.
I wish I had my steering wheel hooked up because I'm really good at that game.
I would have to say I was a little upset when it actually rolled out and all my stuff was deleted, but very good game to check out.
Oh, that's an amazing game. It's a lot cheaper than iRacing though. Because you've got unlimited resets, you can intentionally wreck cars and not get protested over it. It's a lot of fun. I like playing it. As a matter of fact, I might play some of it tonight.
Hey, we should jump into some figure eights.
Yeah, we should. I love figure 8 racing.
They have a double decker.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I know what we're doing tonight. So you see the lone driver staying out of the lead bunch there. The 69 of Aiden Young, so he's going to inherit the race lead here. It's going to move Aaron Carpenteri up to second, Raymond Rittenhauer to third, Kelvin Masoro to fourth, Andy Kostalova to fifth, Will Morris to sixth, as everybody else right now is on pit road. Now our TVO update a little bit. Will Morris in sixth, Dave Matson in seventh, Chris Gale eighth, Matt Cherry ninth, Zach Kreiser 10th, Justin. We've had so many cautions, I think my brain got rattled loose a little bit. Dustin Majewski 11th, Matthew Welsenbach 12th, Jonathan Grissup 13th, Ryan Daniels 14th, Pondico 15th, Jason Roadbush 16th, Jeff Biglin 17th, Paul Smith 18th, Michael Dees 19th, David Jedlicka around the top 20, Patrick Langley 21st, Sawyer at 22nd, and rounding out the field, we're going to have a bowl of sparkles.
Sparkles.
Sparkles! Now what if you had thunder sparkles?
I'd probably be scared of them, Mark. I'm gonna be honest.
I would be too, because usually me and things that explode is a bad combo.
But we got plenty of flex tape, so
Flex tape, Flex Seal, Mighty Mended, Bear Bond. So look at the summary now. We're working our 10th caution for 44 laps here. 123 laps complete, 10 lead changes. I really want to say that we're done with cautions, but I think we're not even close yet.
well, Art, I'm a numbers guy, right? You know I'm a numbers guy.
That's a friggin' lie.
30% cautions in this race, so we're not done with cautions just yet. By just going off the numbers.
When did you turn into Robert?
I've always been a numbers guy, just kind of hide it and let y'all think I'm a number redneck from Georgia.
But Georgia math does not add up to real math.
It does. Our English suffers.
No, that, okay, there we go. I can agree on that one. All right, so as the lights on the pace car are out, Aiden Young with the race lead is going to take the inside. He's got Carpenteri to the outside. Masur is going to be restarting third. Kosalova fourth. Matson fifth. Gale sixth. Cherry seventh. Kreiser eighth. Majewski ninth. And Daniels is going to round out the top 10 as we get ready, hopefully, to run more than 3 laps. Green flag.
And Art, just so we're clear, 35% caution laps run.
As we see Young with a great
Green
jump
flag.
there on the start.
Everybody's rolling.
Oh, and the 7 gets pegged.
So we see the 93 of Kosalova gets shoved up to the wall there. And then the
Dodge
24 involved again in a wreck,
How are
and
you doing, bud?
back under caution here. So let's see what happened here. This is going to be from the restart here. Let's watch what happened to the 24 of Jedlicka here. We see there he just drove in too hot and he got clipped by 2 cars.
Art, I think I have the winning strategy. I don't know who's going to do it. If you just stay out from here on out, I believe you can hang on. Because you get the jump, they take a few laps and run you down. We'll have a caution, and it'll probably end under caution.
I'm not going to take that bet because I think he hit the nail on the head here. We know even with the limited fuel, with the amount of caution laps that are being run here, as long as you stay out front and you get that jump there, that very well could be the race-winning strategy here. let's see if the lights on the pace car go out this time. Once again, Aiden Young with the inside here. He's going to lead us to the restart. He's got the 43 of Masur to the outside. Matson will be restarting from third spot, Carpenteri fourth, Cherry fifth, Gale sixth, Majewski seventh, Kreiser eighth, Kosalova ninth, and Co rounding out the top 10.
Word from management here at the track, concessions are closed, and they're hoping to go green flag from here on out.
Did they run out of beer?
They have run out of beer and hot dogs.
Oh no,
So they shut them down. Here we go.
I wanted a hot dog, damn it.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Once again, good jump by Young in the 69 as we head off down here in the turn 1 and 2.
Big checkup.
See Kosalova diving down low to the inside of Kreiser here. See a little bit of brake smoke there out of 98 of Figlin, but he's able to make it stick there as he took it 3 wide through 3 and 4. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think the 35 got turned. Oh, we see the 24 going around the 18 and the 2.
Caution.
92 there, so we're
40
back
number
under
7
caution
there.
again here.
Mart, I gotta say, if this was my league, the 24 18 would have been removed a long time ago.
I would have to agree, because this is actually getting to almost a nonsensical point now. So we're going to pull up the stats again. Not that I am bashing anything here, but that last one right there looked like it was 100% intentional. And working 12 cautions now for 52 laps, that's just unacceptable for anything. I mean, I understand there's a lot of things that are going on tonight with it being the last race before playoffs. Now we see all the lead lap cars here coming down pit road. We got Young, Matson, Masur, Gale, they're all on pit road here. But if I was bringing out these many cautions, I know they have a rule book and they're going to get penalized after the race. I wouldn't even be waiting for the race. I'd be parking all of them right now.
Well, all right, we got some. Y'all want to believe it. I think it's been kind of handled by race control. But if you're just wondering, we're at 38.8% caution flag laps run for this race.
You see Young is going to win the race off of pit road. Matson will get second, Masur third, Gale fourth, and Cherry fifth. Alright, so now these guys should be good to go the rest of the way. We see now the lead has been handed over to the 39 of Zach Kreiser, my pick for tonight's race. The 20 of Pano go up in second, Paul Smith in the 12 after being in all those wrecks tonight. Somehow, it looks like he's gotten that machine repaired and he is sitting in third. Michael Dees in fourth, Matthew Welsenbach fifth, Aiden Young sixth. Dave Matson 7th, Chris Gale 8th, Matt Cherry 9th, and Dustin Majewski is going to round out the top 10. Alright, so the lights are out on the pace car. And that 12 machine of Paul Smith did finally get his fast repair used, so he does have a clean machine. Once again, Kreiser is going to restart us in the lead. Panoco second, Paul Smith third, Michael Dees fourth, Matthew Wilsonbach fifth, Aiden Young sixth, Dave Matson seventh, Chris Gale eighth, Matt Cherry ninth, Dustin Majewski running out the top 10 as we get ready to go again here. Watch for that 39 at Kreiser to jump here on the start, because it seems like that's going to be the key here to winning the race if we keep getting these cautions here. Everybody's going. There's the jump. We're back underway. Let's hope to God we can go more than 2 laps.
Oh, we got a blinker. 22 blinked out.
That's been an ongoing issue all night. That's Michael Dees. So he's going to be up there on the high side as the entire most of the field here is going to make it by him.
69 and 09 made pretty substantial contact there. I don't know how they kept from making it. The 12 slow. The 7th trying to make it by the 30. The 12 is awfully slow this month.
So far, so good. We see the 30 trapped behind. That's going to allow Carpenteri to get to the inside and get door to door with the 12 here. Also, the 87 of Rittenauer now to the inside of the 30.
It's just suiting his paint scheme and ironing. They just fit.
Watching them as they come down here into turn 3. See the 22 got a piece of the wall back there. That collected, oh wow, look at it. 98 and the 22 through each other. We have to go on board with that one right there. That's going to be the funnest replay of the night here. Let's go on board with the 22 of Michael Dees.
I think he was checking his oil, Art.
Well, I know we were inspecting the undercarriage of that car and everything looked shiny.
I think he dropped
a blink
on the floor and he needed to go in arm's reach.
Let's see what happens here. He comes out the corner, just plows the wall there. And then we see the 34, he gets turned there, he goes upside down, and he's right now inside Jeff Figlin, violating him. Now he's back up on his wheels, so interesting night here. Let's take a look at Jeff Figlin's point of view on that one. So we're gonna go cockpit with him as well and see what happens. There we see the 22 dive it in. He's gonna go up, make contact with the wall right there. So he made contact prior to this one. Keep your eyes peeled 3 cars up. There's the blink out right there. He's gone. Now's the wall contact. And Figlin's like, yep, you know what, get out of my way. Oh, your headers are dirty, clean them off. Now right there, Jeff had nowhere to go right there. Alright, as we look here, looking at our picks here, I see 2 of the 3 that we picked tonight. Mike's picked the 5, mine the 39 out front. I can't remember who Cody picked. laps are starting to wind down here. Eyes of the lights on the pace car are out. The 39 of Zach Kreiser opting to take the outside line here. That's going to put the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach to the inside. Restarting second, Matt Cherry will restart third. Chris Gale fourth. Aiden Young fifth. Aaron Carpentier sixth. Rittenauer seventh. Dustin Majewski eighth. Ryan Daniels ninth. And Sawyer Ott's going to round up the top 10 here. So let's see if my pick can get a good jump here on the restart. There's the jump. We are back racing. Good jump there by the 39 of Kreiser, as now we're going to haul him off into turn one here for the first time. So far, everybody has made it through the first two turns all right, unscathed. You see the 09 of Matson there. He is trying to make some moves happen here late in the race. She is marching by several. Right now we're looking at 12th here. This is the battle. Pondoco trying to take it away from Ryan Daniels. It does appear he will get it off of turn two. Now we've got Daniels and Grissop here. Grissop trying to take it away, as now we see a little bit loose. That's going to stack it up with Morris to the inside. As we've also got the 98 of Figlin to the inside. Meanwhile, back here around 19th, we can see once again they're actually racing like this lap. So we got the 92 and the 28 contact there. The two into the 92. No caution, they're going to stay green. Right now we can see Gale's trying to get on the back bumper there of the 39 of Kreiser to try and take the lead away from him here, as it'll be 13 laps to go when they cross the line. And look at the run right now. This is the battle for the lead between Gale and Kreiser. Gale had to back off there. That's going to open the door on the outside if Gale can't get the run off the 3 and 4 to leave it open for Young to get the run, as we see it's happening right there. Young gets a piece of the wall though, so that's gonna open it up for the 48 of Cherry to the inside as they go
Caution,
down.
caution.
And we're back under caution. So
How's your forward drive there towards the end
this
of
will
that
leave us with
little run we
under
just
10
did?
laps to go here, and right now my pick's still looking pretty good. He's sitting out front. At this point, with the amount of cautions we've had, let's check and see. Let's back it up here and take a look and see if we can catch a rise. Yep, the 2 and the 92 right there, the 92 and the 24 involved. Looks like the 92 just got in the back of the 2 and drilled him, and then the 24, he's, I think, been unfortunately involved in just about every one tonight. I'm not sure that that was supposed to happen there, but the 92 looks like he got the iRacing Lucky Dog. He was involved in that caution. He turned the 2, but it appears that the 92 was given the Lucky Dog. Now that's on iRacing. So you see the 77 of Langley getting waved by, so it appears we're getting some admin wave bys here. All right, Cody, who is your pick again tonight?
That would have been Matt Cherry. He's sitting 4th, I believe, right now. Yours was what?
The 39 of Kreiser out front, and Mike's pick right now is sitting 2nd. So all 3 of our picks right now sitting in the top 5, but most importantly, mine's out front leading. And if they stay racing like this, there's a damn good chance that my pick's going to come home in victory lane. Lights on the pace car are out. The 39 of Kreiser is going to opt for the inside line here, so that'll put the 5 of Chris Gale on the outside in 2nd, Aiden Young 3rd, Matt Cherry 4th, Raymond Rentenhauer 5th, Matthew Welsenbach 6th, Dustin Majewski 7th, Dave Matson 8th, Aaron Carpentier 9th, and Kelvin Masseur is going to round out the top 10 as we hopefully get set to run the final 6 laps here at green flag. There's the jump by Kreiser. Green flag is out. They haul it down into turn 1 here.
Oh, the 5's out of shape.
You see him still trying to save it. He's in the wall. He hung it up in the wall. You see Matson in the wall now. They're still going to stay green. We see the 22 of D's still blinking there as the 93 of Kosalova is going to split them as they come onto the backstretch. Oh, we got a car around on the backstretch. The 92.
The 30, I can't even call him out. They're so fast.
We got a lot of cars going around very quick here as the laps are winding down. See Welsenbach going around, and that's going to bring the caution. That's going to end the race.
Cool your stuff.
See the 22 of Michael Dees. So I do believe that will hand the race win over to my pick, the 39 of Zach Kreiser.
Hey, first race here, I got 2nd.
Not bad. So this will end the race here. So for once, I actually picked right. Hot damn, I need to go buy a lottery ticket now. All right, so as the white flag is out here, this is going to make it official. The 39 of Zach Kreiser is going to bring home the race win. Matt Cherry's going to bring it home second, and Aiden Young is going to lock down third spot. As they cross the line, this makes it official. 167 laps in the books. The fireworks are going off here. We saw plenty of fireworks on track all night. Not sure how they afforded the budget for the fireworks, but that's the one thing I love about night racing. At the end, you always get to see some really cool fireworks. Once again, your top three, Kreiser, Cherry, and Young. So we're working on letting everybody get their cool down laps in. The top three have been advised by the tower to keep their cars on track. Or at least on pit road. As we're focused here on the 69 of Aiden Young, we're going to go ahead and bring him in here to our interviewing here. So give us a second. All right, now we're going to bring in Aiden Young. All right, Aiden, we saw the typical Richmond ordeal. I think the one thing that's not going to be a understatement is there's going to be a ton of sheet metal for sale on eBay tonight, but you brought it home third. How's it feel?
It feels really good just to get it home third. Have my teammate Zachary Kreiser win the whole show, so just feels awesome to lead laps and be able to compete.
Now the interesting thing on that is I actually, before the race started, me, Mike, and Cuddy took picks, and I had my pick on the 39, which finally I got one right. So great to see your teammate in victory lane. And now knowing that we've got the regular season and we head into the playoffs, how are you feeling as next week we go to Martinsville?
I feel pretty alright. Just got to get through Martinsville, then I'll be alright. But just got to stay out of the wrecks and hopefully finish up front. So we'll see.
All right, well, once again, congrats on the third place finish. Is there anybody out there that you want to thank?
I just want to thank Zach, Matt Wallenbach, the whole Outlaw Jaeger Racing Group, Young Gun Creations, Sun Energy One, everyone that comes out to watch, and everyone that hangs out. So.
All right, well, once again, congrats on the third, and hopefully next week we see you again up in a podium finish in Martinsville.
You sure will. Thank you.
All right, that was our third place finisher, the 69 of Aiden Young. Now we're going to move on to the 48 of Matt Cherry. All right, Matt, you brought her home in second despite a caution-plagued race. Tell me, how, as a driver, does that play with your mind knowing that you get caution after caution after caution?
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. I think I was catching old Zach there. And there's just so many cautions, it was hard to make up any ground.
It seemed to be that once we had the first few cautions, as long as you stayed out there and you got the jump on the restart, you kind of had the premonition of knowing that in about maybe 3 laps to 5 laps, you're going to see another caution. So staying out, we saw a lot of drivers doing that. And then we did see a lot of what I like seeing in short track racing, which is fender-to-fender racing. But unfortunately, we also saw a lot of people just intentionally, blatantly wrecking people after the fact that the caution already come out. But not to take away from the second place finish. You fought a hard fight all night. You brought her home in second. Who do you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank my buddy Dusty, because if it wasn't for him, I'd probably be running solo. We just we've had new ownership take over because old Dave Anderson, he backed out. I hate to see him go, but you know.
Well, now that we have the regular season done and we move into the playoffs, what's your take on Martinsville next week?
That race there is going to be all about survival.
Couldn't put it any better myself. Once again, congratulations on the second place. Hopefully you are one of the ones that do survive at Martinsville, but once again, congrats on the second, and we'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, now we're going to bring in tonight's race winner and my pick, the 39 of Zach Kreiser. All right, Zach, me, Cody, and Mike took picks before the race. You were my pick. You brought her home in victory lane. Great job, buddy. That's how you get it done.
Woo! Yeah, Art, that was it's a hell of a run.
It seemed like in the later stage of the race, there was one strategy. Stay the hell out on track, because you knew that there was going to be, within 3 to 5 laps, another caution, and we saw it about 5 or 6 or 7 times in a row. And then finally, you guys came down, pitted. I believe it was Aiden that stayed out, fellow teammate. He was leading some laps, and then he finally came down pit road, which gave you the lead. We saw it looked like there might have been, had it stayed green, a little bit of competition between you and Gale, but then we saw he got a little bit loose there, out of shape, as it got so hard to call out the number of cars that were getting loose, as they all seemed to start doing it at the same time. You managed to clinch it after 167 grueling laps. I know Brett Bodine definitely got his money's worth tonight in the pace car. With the regular season now done, we move next week to Martinsville. Tell me how much of a battle of survival that one's going to be.
Oh, if it's hard, if it's anything like tonight, it's gonna be stay out again. So, but yeah, we had a good run tonight. Strategy was kind of all over the place. I didn't expect that many people to come down when Aiden brought it down there with, I think, about like 30 to go. You know, I figured I was back in 8th, 9th place. I didn't know if I had much. I didn't have much to drive up in the pack. I mean, I had a good long run car, but you know, it's so hard with the cautions coming out every few laps. So, you know, I figured I'd stay out, give it a shot, and brought the 39 Sirius XM Outlaw Jaeger Ford Mustang home to victory lane.
Glad to see one of my fellow former teammates bring it home with a W. With that being said, who do you want to thank out there?
I mean, appreciate you guys for putting on a great broadcast. Sawyer for putting on a great, league here. I mean, I know we have some growing pains this inaugural season, but I feel like if we stick together, we'll definitely put on, better shows moving forward. And just also like just to thank my teammates. Aiden had a good run tonight. Matt was up there, late. Unfortunately, had some accidents, and Mike Dees and Nathan Shiflett, who couldn't be here tonight. But again, it feels good. A lot of momentum going into the playoffs. So hopefully we can take this and bring home a championship.
Hopefully, when we do next week's picks again, my pick is right, because it seemed that it kept you out of danger tonight. You brought home the W, and hopefully we can next week say that you survived Martinsville and continue to bring Outlaw closer as we move further and further and closer to the end of the season here. But once again, congratulations on the W, buddy. You earned it the hard way. You got it. That's all that matters. Look forward to seeing you at Martinsville.
Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go have a beer now.
Hell yeah. All right, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us here tonight with the results coming home with the race win. My race pick and former Outlaw Jaeger racing teammate, the 39, is Zach Kreiser, bringing it home in first. 48 of Matt Cherry second. Aiden Young, also on Outlaw Jaeger, bringing it home third. So that's 2 of them in the top 3. Aaron Carpenteri in fourth. Jeff Figlin in the 98 fifth. Dustin Majewski 6th, Kelvin Masur 7th, Pondo Co 8th, Raymond Rittenhauer 9th, and Dave Matson's going to round out the top 10. We look a little further back. 11th goes to the 18 of Will Morris. Andy Kosalova 12th. Sawyer Ott 13th. Ryan Daniels 14th. Matthew Welsenbach 15th. The 12 of Paul Smith 16th. David Jedlicka 17th. Chris Gale 18th. Jason Rodebush 19th. Rounding out the top 20 will be the 77 of Patrick Langley. As we go to the tail end of the field here, Michael Dees will bring it home 21st. Jonathan Grissop 22nd. Nick Walker, or tonight, Bowl of Sparkles, is going to bring it home 23rd. Brian Morris, 24th. Brian Grubbs, 25th. Artie Peterson Jr., 26th. And rounding out the field is going to be the 17 of Dylan Hale. So a caution-plagued race here tonight at Richmond. There's a lot of things on the line. Last race of the regular season, so a lot of these guys were racing for a lot of things here. So I think that might have been why we saw such over-aggressiveness here during the race. But next week we're going to an even more challenging track as we head to Martinsville. So we all know how Martinsville goes. It's a bump to pass, spin to win type of track there. So first race of the playoffs being at Martinsville, I expect to see what we saw here tonight. But hopefully some of these drivers might calm down a little bit, as I think there's going to be a pretty lengthy penalty sheet going on tonight. But that's going to do it for us tonight here in the Race to End Alzheimer's 200. We want to thank everybody coming on board for sponsoring the race, Sawyer for throwing this lead together. So for everybody here at Iron Thunder and Doward Live TV, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week for the first playoff race. And don't forget, this coming Sunday will be live on the iRacing portal at 7:15 p.m. Central Time as the Doward Racing League's JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series heads to Pocono, where Jason DeVries looks to make it 4 races in a row. So once again, that will be starting at 7:15 p.m. Central. Make sure you guys tune in for that, and catch us next week here at 7:55 p.m. Central for Martinsville with Iron Thunder. But once again, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.